Hello everyone, welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. So, I have just filmed like 4 videos? I've filmed a lot of videos. 4 videos, yeah. So I basically filmed like everything for September. It is now 2:15. I am going to start Godsgrave. I want to finish that before the end of the day. That's kind of all I have to say now. I've just been filming all morning and now I'm going to tidy up and probably read. Hello, so I'm getting near the end of Godsgrave and I just realized there's kind of a bit of a plot hole here, so I'll put like a spoiler warning up on the screen, so because it is a bit spoilery. This whole book, Mia has become a slave and joined this like fight to the death thing so she can get crowned the winner at the end and kill them because he won't have his little shiny thing that makes her vomit. I can't remember what it's called, but she wouldn't have to win to do that. She could have just waited and like hid and attacked. And I'm like, there's a flaw in this thinking. Like, she really didn't have to sell herself into slavery, did she? But she did, didn't she? Hi everyone, it's Tuesday, so last night at about 10:30ish, I think it was, that I finally finished Godsgrave, so I finished it before the end of the month. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars in the end, which if you watched my last week vlog, you'll know it was on its way to a 4-star, but I just was less interested as it went on, which is not a good thing. But I think I'll just read my Goodreads review because honestly, I think it kind of says it all, even though it does come across a little ranty, and if you do read it, you'd probably be like, why did you give this a 3 stars? It sounds more like a 2-star or 1-star review, but there was actually bits that I liked. I just was venting the bits that I didn't. So honestly, I was so disappointed in this. I heard that this was so much better than the first and that the last 10 to 20 pages were like mind-blowing, and it just wasn't. I liked it slightly more than the first one, but not by that much. Once again, the writing was the biggest problem with me. It's obnoxious, over the top, it's extremely repetitive in sentences, in words, in phrases, everything. And the way that Mia, I keep almost calling her Maya, is described in this book and the first one, which she is 16 in the first book, 17 in this one, is so sexual and makes me so very uncomfortable. I don't care if you're like, oh, but it's like kind of based on like, you know, kind of more ancient times. That doesn't make it okay. He's a grown man and he's writing a 16-year-old in a very sexual manner. Like, even if she was 18, I would actually be able to get over that. But why did he just decide to make her 16 and 17 in this one? So I did actually enjoy the characters more this time. There was some nice development of the side characters, and there was some really cute like kind of found family relationship moments. But yeah, as I said earlier, I found myself becoming less intrigued and interested as the book went on, which this certainly happened after I kind of realized a flaw in this whole plan of hers, which I think I mentioned in the previous clip. So the world building was great as usual. That is the one thing about these books. There is like this, he does create a really great atmosphere and a really intriguing and beautifully built world. I'll give him that, like. But unfortunately, world building isn't one of those things that I really look out for in books. So even though I can like appreciate it, I much prefer better built characters and stuff like that. Another thing that bugs me, and it goes all the way back to the first book, really early on, that first book, he says, don't be looking for her to be a hero. because she's not. And she does very good things, which is not a bad thing, but it just annoys me because of the fact he was, in the first book, this narrator was trying to frame her as this really badass, really terrifying, not that great person. But she is. She's constantly doing good things. And so when she has like a ruthless thought or something, I'm like, yeah, I don't actually believe you. Now that it is officially September, I can start my September TBR, which, if you didn't know, I'm participating in Becca's Bookoplathon, which is based on her TBR game. I did a whole video for it. I will link it. And I think I might start Nick and Charlie, just because that's literally like this size. And I have read it before. It will literally take me about an hour just to like tick it off. Alright, so that's all for now. This is a very long clip. Hello, so I'm only like 30 pages into Nick and Charlie, which, if you remember, I read it in July. But edits have been made and I've already noticed them, and I'm actually enjoying it a small bit more this time, just because of the changes, because there was kind of like some continuity errors, let's say, between the original and between what has happened in like Heartstopper and Solitaire. So yeah, it's all fixed in here. And I'm enjoying it. Like, obviously I'm not going to enjoy it that much more, but hello. So what is going on with the colors? So an Alad last quote, exactly, 2 idiots in love, couples goals, and yeah. Okay, the big-ish change in this story that I knew what happened, and I knew that Oseman was changing it because she mentioned it on Twitter. It just happened, and yes, yay. Nick's birthday is in a couple of days. The drawings in here are so adorable. As I said, you can watch my July wrap up if you want to hear my thoughts. They're pretty much the same, but instead of, I think I originally gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, I'm actually going to give it a 3.5 stars this time, because I did enjoy it slightly more and I liked the changes she made, but it's not so there, it's that much different. Like I can't like give it a whole star different because it's not that changed, but still I did like the changes that were made. Hello everyone, it is Wednesday and I honestly haven't done anything today. Okay, that's a lie. I edited my August wrap up. Yeah. What is time? What are months? Yeah, I edited that and I watched a load of YouTube. And now it's like 3 o'clock-ish, I think. Or is it nearly 4? No, it's 3. Okay. It's 3 o'clock-ish and I'm gonna go have a shower and then I think I'll sit down and read for a bit. So yeah. I'm already failing at this. Like I have a pretty big TBR and then I also want to try and like squeeze in extra books, and it's not going to happen if I don't actually pick up books and read them. I'm about to start my reread of A Dark Shade of Magic. I'm so excited and slightly nervous. We'll see. It's actually not as long as I remember being. Like, it's just 400 pages. So it shouldn't take, I should finish it before the end of the week, I think. But we'll see. Hello, so I am currently in the middle of 2 books. I started A Dark Shade of Magic, and then I also started the Kiss Quotient. So I am 45 pages into A Dark Shade of Magic, and I immediately am just like remembering how much I love this. And then I decided to put on the audiobook for the Kiss Quotient that I have on SCRIBD for a couple minutes, and I'm like 6 chapters in, yeah, and I'm really enjoying it. I have never read an adult romance ever. I don't know whether I will like this or not, but so far I am actually really enjoying it. I'm not sure how I will feel about like smut scenes and stuff, because usually I kind of skim them in fantasies, and this is a romance, so there's gonna be some of them. I am enjoying it. Just the like interactions and stuff are so like adorable. I didn't think I would love it, and I also didn't think I would hate it. I just thought I'd be kind of meh on it, but I'm enjoying it, so I'm actually really excited to continue. Who am I? Hello everyone, so I've listened to another good few chapters of the Kiss Quotient today, and I'm not loving it as much today for some reason, and I don't know why, cause like it's just like yesterday I was loving it, and then I like went to sleep, and when I woke up I just wasn't as into it, cause there hasn't been like a big plot change. It's still the same. Maybe that's the problem, that I just want, I guess, a bit something different to happen in the plot, because right now it's still just a lot of mutual pining, and I'm pretty far into the book. I'm like probably 2/3 of the way in, and yeah, so I don't know, it's kind of, I guess, getting repetitive, so hopefully stuff will change soon and I might enjoy it again, but we'll see. It's Friday, so I kind of just didn't update you at all yesterday. Didn't really do much. Did almost set the house on fire. Well, it was a team effort. Basically, my mom has one of those like steam mop things, and it stopped working ages ago, and my dad had the idea to put descaler it, like you do it with like irons and kettles and all that, and so we did that, and then it told us to, like steam it out, and we were doing that, and then I was like, is that smoke? And it was. So we threw that kind of outside fairly quickly. So yeah, so I don't think that's gonna work again. Just a gut feeling. I also finished The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hoang. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, which, who am I? Because I read an adult romance and I actually enjoyed it. But yeah, I read this for the Own Voices prompt of Becca's Bookoplathon. The main character, Stella, is autistic, and so is the author, Helen Hoang. Anyway, yeah, this was like a real surprise to me. You saw my feelings the first day, I think. I was like kind of squealing over it. I was like, this is so cute, this is so fluffy, and that's definitely what I liked. I liked like the kind of pining, so it was those specific things that I enjoy, and so that's why I'm not sure would like a lot of romances be for me, because of the fact that I liked, I guess, like the fluff and stuff. So I guess I would just have to test it out and see what I like and what I don't like. It was super cute and it was adorable, and it had me smiling a lot of the time. But yeah, I hit kind of a bit of a bump in it at the 50% mark. You saw that, I think it would have been the last clip in here, that I don't know what it was, but then yesterday when I started it straight away, I just wasn't feeling it as much anymore, and I was like, oh, like I knew it was too good to be true. I'm gonna end up giving it like a 2-star or something. And still, I think I still might be a bit too nice with the 4. I might be more of a 3.5, but I don't know. I'm gonna leave it at the 4. But yeah, from like the 50% mark to around 75%, I want to say, I just got really bored of it, because I was like, nothing is happening to move the story forward. It's just they're still pining, it's the same, it was the same thing over and over and over. It was so repetitive. Oh, I don't think I'm good enough for her. And then her being like, oh, I don't think he actually likes me. And they weren't doing anything. It was just getting on my nerves. I was like, nothing is happening. You're just stuck in an endless circle. But at around 75%, something happened, and I finally got the story moving again, and I enjoyed the end. So my other kind of complaints with it is very insta-lovey. Like, basically immediately they like each other. I mean, like, love each other. They're like, yes. And then Michael, like, he has rules because he's an escort, and he's like, no second, like, appointment. And he immediately throws away his rules because he's like, Stella's different. And I'm like, how do you know that? Very quick, and it was very cute, but it definitely had some problems. I didn't really care for the sex scenes. I just don't care. And it's the same in fantasy. Like, I just skim past them. Apart from the fact is, I was listening on audiobook because I couldn't skim past it, and also the fact that she was like trying to learn confidence in it, so it was actually a plot point, so I couldn't skip past them or skim them. And yeah, it made me, I didn't like listening to it. I was like, I would be okay reading this, but listening to sex scenes, no, I don't like that. I'm going to read A Dark Shade of Magic, but probably later on. I'm just not in a reading mood right now. So yeah, that's all for now. Hello everyone, it is Saturday, and I read only 52 more pages yesterday, and I honestly, I'm like starting a Kel being sassy like count, and it's already a lot. Made some cupcakes earlier today, and we're all watching Room, but my sister had to leave for a while, so when she's back we'll watch it again. Well, we'll finish watching it. So that's all. Hello everyone, so it is now Sunday, and it always starts off that I either start off really good and it just gets worse and worse, or I start off really bad and I get better through the week, and you can never just have a consistent reading vlog. I watched Tangled last night, and that movie is so cute. Like, I do love Frozen, but Tangled is better, and it doesn't get enough credit. But I am now halfway through A Dark Shade of Magic. I'd actually forgotten a good bit about this book. Like, just little details and stuff that I'm picking up on this time around that I didn't get the first time. I'm having such a good time reading it. I kind of forgot that I didn't like Lila in the first book. Like, I kind of grew to love her. She kind of annoyed me at first. Like, okay, I didn't dislike her, but I didn't love her either. I was kind of just meh on her, and I kind of grew to love her throughout the books. But that's a weird thing I have with V.E. Schwab. I always preferred the male protagonists in her book. I do love Lila, but she kind of annoys me at first anyway. But like, there was also some moments where like I'm laughing at her and stuff. She looks down on like women for being women, which I don't like girl hate, but then again she just looks down on men as well, so she just like hates everyone equally. So I'm like, can I really be mad about it? It's not really girl hate when it's just people hate, because that's kind of relatable. The like brotherly relationship between Kel and Rye, that really reminds me of me and my sister. I honestly, I just relate to Kel a lot. Hello everyone, so it is Sunday evening, it is 9:30ish, 9:15, and I'm gonna just wrap this vlog up here. I don't think I'm gonna finish A Darker Shade of Magic before the end of the night. I mean, I probably could if I powered through, but I don't think I will. Was Godsgrave this week? Did I finish? Yeah, I finished that on Monday. What is this week? Okay, time. So on Monday I finished Godsgrave by Jay Kristoff. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. September started and so did Becca's Bookoplathon, which I have a TBR for that, which I will link. For that I read Nick and Charlie, which was for my role of most recent purchase, and I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars. Then I read The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hoang, and I gave that 4 out of 5 stars, and that was for an Own Voices story. And then I've read 324 pages of this so far. I'll probably read a couple more and then I'll stop. So I got over 3/4 of the way through A Darker Shade of Magic by B.E. Schwab, which this is for a light cover. I'm like thoroughly enjoying this reread. I'm having so much fun. There's so many things that I had completely forgotten most of this book. I only knew like the general plot, and I just got to the moment that I remember when I first read it. I feel like that's like a cliche that like someone throws the book across the room in frustration. I've never thrown a book, but and I never like stop reading out of frustration or anything, but the only time that ever happened was with A Darker Shade of Magic. I got to a part and it wasn't frustration or anything. I was like, this cannot be happening. And I remember I was in my granny's house and it was the middle of the chapter, which I never stop reading in the middle of a chapter usually, and I was just like, no, 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 no. And I picked it up like 5 minutes later, but like I needed like a cool down period. And yeah, good memories. I might be enjoying this more than I did the first time around. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm still really loving this. But yeah, because also the first time I was reading it, I had like exams going on, and so it was like a really nice like escapist kind of thing, but also at the same time I think it was like the week before my exam started, and so I was kind of like, I guess, a small bit like not completely focused on it. So like it was really just, I was kind of just like mindlessly reading it. I wasn't really like focusing on details and stuff. So it's nice to be able to actually do that this time. And yeah, I love it so much. Yeah, so next week you can look forward to me finishing this and me gushing over it some more. And then I'm going to be reading Crescent City by Sarah J Maas with some of my friends. I'm not the biggest fan of Sarah J Maas. I liked the first 2 Throne of Glass books, but I didn't like the rest of them, and I never bothered reading the ACOTAR series because it just didn't seem like me, because the part of Throne of Glass that I liked was in the first 2 books, and that was before like fairies and all that stuff came into it, and ACOTAR is all about fairies, so I was like, I don't think that's for me. I'm reading a book and I know the main character is half fairy, I think. I was not planning on reading it. I had kind of just given up on Sarah J Maas, or at least until she decided to not write fairies anymore, because it's just not for me personally. But my friend mentioned that she was reading it, and she's like, you want to do it? And I was like, yes, I do. And because like I'm just saying, I'm not reading it just to hate it. There's probably a high probability that I won't enjoy it, but I'm going in with low expectations and with an open mind. I'm willing to enjoy this. Like, I'm not going in with the sole purpose of hating this book. I've heard some things from people who loved her other books and didn't like this one, and people who didn't like some of her other books but did like this one, so I really don't know. So I'm trying to keep an open mind, and even if I don't like actually enjoy the book, I'll enjoy the reading experience because I'm doing it with friends. I'm not sure will I read anything else because it's a pretty big book, so it might just be finish this and read that, but you will see next week, I suppose. So thank you guys so much for watching this vlog. I do hope you enjoyed this awkward attempt at a video. If you did, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!